Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the BINPodcast. This is episode 42 of the most fantastic, most absolutely greatest podcast in sports history. I am your host, as always, Isaiah Faithful, with my two co-hosts, the main men, MG Nas and Hayden. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I just love how I'm in the playoffs. It just feels amazing.
Yeah, you know what else is amazing? Winning titles, something you guys can't do. But
Huh?
MG, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. It does feel good to me in the playoffs, but my star player is a Jew, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But other than that, I'm doing great. I got some big stuff coming. So I can't wait for this, man. This summer is about to be something special. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
excited. So
You, your
excited.
boy
So looking
Summer.
forward to some stuff. Not only for the podcast, but for channel and all that. Everything's about to come together.
I just want to say this before we go on to our first subject. Right now, when this is probably premiering, in an hour or as of right now, me and MG are both live. I'm live for the Bucks Nets game one, and MG will be live for baseball. What game are you doing? It's in Yankees Red Sox.
Yeah, that's the game I'm probably going to be live for. Just to test out the baseball scene a little bit, but
So
should be
yeah,
interesting.
so go check us out. Go.
And
Hmm.
as always, I'll be live when I whenever the Dodgers play, right? And then when I don't got work. So, but all right. So, you guys ready to get into this
Yep.
Let's go.
episode here? All right. So, with the first topic of the night, the reigning defending NBA champions, the Los Angeles Lakers, were knocked out by the second seed, Phoenix Suns, in the first round. The Lakers were the seventh seed coming into this. Favorites, coming into this as well. Phoenix Suns showing that they're the reason why they're the second seed and why they're even in the playoffs. KCP, I'm sorry, Jesus, Isaiah, Mr. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Aiden were just different beasts in this series. Hats off to them. GG's to QC. Fuck you all. Fuck the rest of the Sun fans, because y'all ain't real. And yeah, I mean, what else can I say?
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be back. We're the Lakers, for crying out loud. We'll always be back. So honestly, having a break like this with so many injuries onto our team, I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. And honestly, I wasn't as mad as people expect Laker fans to be,
Hmm.
because we knew what we had to go through. Injuries. We had to go through poor decision making from Frank Vogel with the lineups. He was trying to find a perfect one. He couldn't find one. Every time he would get one for a little bit of time, but then he would have to change it up again because it was going bad. So
Hmm.
we'll have to see. Frank Vogel, Lakers, LeBron, we all have to get healthy and right back on track. Because remember the last time LeBron had health, was healthy. Let's not forget about that. And you guys want to touch on this by any chance?
Yeah.
Go ahead, MG.
I actually had the Suns winning in seven, but I'm kind of disappointed because I thought that the Suns would be able to beat you guys fully healthy, and I thought Chris Paul would also be fully healthy, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a fun series where both teams were healthy, and the only game that both teams were healthy was the first half of game one before Chris Paul got shaken up. So you never got to see a healthy team in the series, and then when you guys beat the Suns, Chris Paul was injured. Then when they beat you, AD was injured. So I'm kind of disappointed, man. I feel like if both teams are healthy, this would be a fun series. But nonetheless, we got to give credit to the Phoenix Suns. First time in 11 years they've been to the playoffs, and they win a playoff series, man. Chris Paul did what he had to do. He did as much as he could. Devin Booker showed why he will be a great playoff performer. And all you Laker fans that were gonna say, "Oh, it's his first time in the playoffs," shut up. Shut up. You guys were wrong. You guys thought he would choke his first time in the playoffs. You guys thought he would be Julius Randle. Well, he proved you guys wrong, and Booker showed why. He's one of the best young players in the league. And shout out to DeAndre Ayton for really holding it down against Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond looked like a kid versus Ayton, and it's good to see DeAndre Ayton develop as a center in this league and be as good a lot of us think he can be, especially with his high potential coming out of college a few years back. But as far as the Lakers, just gotta get back healthy. LeBron, you just gotta be LeBron James next year, man. You just gotta be LeBron James, do his thing, be the leader of the team, and be the best player in the league. And if AD is healthy, he's the key to everything. Because you guys realize the Lakers haven't won a game where AD wasn't healthy. The two games the Lakers won, that's when AD was healthy. So yeah, man, I just feel like the Lakers just got to get healthy and do what they did last year, man. Do what they did to win the championship, man. Just play disciplined defense, play great offense, and stay healthy.
Yeah,
The Lakers have nothing to panic about, and the Suns have everything to celebrate about because now they're going to go into the second round versus the Nuggets, where they're going to be the clear favorites, and they can have a great path to the conference finals. So we'll see what happens.
yeah.
Yeah, I I was
So
watching
you,
this series. I was watching highlights today because I had nothing to do in school, like, and I was watching Devin Booker just hit three after three after three after three, and I hate saying this because I love this curse a lot. I love this curse a lot. I think Devin Booker broke the Kardashian curse with this win, beating LeBron James, AD, Drummond. Don't get me wrong, AD was injured. I will admit that, but still, beating this Lakers team when everyone, and I mean a lot of people except for MG that I know of, had the Suns losing in six,
Hmm.
5. Even sometimes I would see some sweeps by Laker fans on Twitter. And just seeing that just shows me that Phoenix isn't going away. And I think they're even going to be a threat if when Chris Paul leaves. Like, if Booker, I think Chris Paul was what they needed to get into the playoffs and get this win. He was that piece because that like him being a veteran, I cannot say that word,
Hmm.
just helped Phoenix. He helped them out. Like he was like probably giving them motivation, telling them, hey, don't get stressed. Just act like this is a regular season game. Act like it's just no one here, just like that, trying to keep the young guys calm against
Hmm.
his team because AD, LeBron, Drummond, they all know like how to stay calm in a playoff series. They do,
Yeah.
and it just shows
Yeah.
what a veteran like Chris Paul can do for a team. And I'm kind of excited to see Phoenix go on and hopefully beat Denver in the second round.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting series. So, like I said, man, Phoenix, they got everything to celebrate. They got everything to celebrate, and the Lakers, nothing to hang your head on. I mean, you just gotta come back healthy next year. I think, even if you guys run it back, you guys don't have to make any big roster changes because we never seen this roster healthy throughout the season, like consistently throughout a stretch of games. So like I said, man, once we see this roster fully healthy, we'll actually see what the Lakers are made of.
Just
I'm
make
talking
sure
about
you
this
get
specific
rid of Schroeder.
roster right here. So,
one thing that I do expect the Lakers to do this season is to equip the shooter, equip a 3-point shooter, something that I honestly think we still need and will gonna need in the long run for the playoffs. The Lakers and are one of the teams besides the Knicks and of the Pacers who he's on right now for Mr. Doug Marone. I mean Doug
okay,
McDermott. I'm sorry.
McDermott.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
are one of the three teams to try to tag for him this offseason. That's a great piece right there for the Lake Show to get Doug right there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have him on the Niners.
The Niners. Good
I
job,
mean,
buddy.
sorry, bro.
The
I
Lakers.
was the Lakers. Hey, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome to see what we do this offseason. I hope we go after big names. I hope fuck Kawhi Leonard. I hope we don't go after him. That's one of the people I don't want to go after.
Really, I would let
Yeah,
Drummond if you
and then
Okay,
I
so
if
you
you
don't want
can't
a
get
dynasty.
Kawhi,
That's fine.
I would let Kawhi come on. Let Drummond walk.
nah
That would
fuck
be a
Kawhi.
deadly. That would
All
be
right. No,
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 deadly.
no, no.
look,
Me
look, look,
personally
look,
don't
look, look,
argue
look,
with
look,
him.
look,
He
look.
doesn't want a dynasty. Let him
No,
night.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
you don't understand why I don't want Kawhi.
Why?
Motherfucker made me wait 6 days for his bitch ass to say that he was gonna be
Okay,
a
all
Clipper
right.
fan.
No, no, it's cool. You just say it. I don't want a dynasty. That's all you have
That's
to
cool.
say.
Hey man, we could be a dynasty without Kawhi Leonard. That's the thing.
I'm just saying,
Did
bro.
you see
I
Kawhi dropped like 47 tonight when we were
Hey,
recording
LB
this?
Christian, he don't want a dynasty, bro. He just want a duo. He just want LeBron and AD.
No,
That's all
I
he
Yeah,
wants.
no.
He
And
wants LeBron, AD, and role players. That's cool.
you're
I
not
was
choosing Dame. I hope you
okay.
realize.
Fuck you guys. No, I wasn't saying Dame. Cause I don't like Dame either.
I know. I'm just saying that like I've been seeing a
But
lot of Twitter,
the
Twitter.
Clippers, on the other hand, are saying uh, there was something that the Clippers were going to be one of the teams to try to equip Damian Leonard this offseason if they were to lose Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
that'd
mean,
be
at
all
that
right.
point, if they do that, I think they win a title. And in the coming years,
With Paul George and
Paul
Damian Lillard.
George and Dame,
oh
and
yeah,
with the defense that they have,
definitely.
they're probably gonna win a title.
I don't know that Clipper curse, but
But they're not because he
Uh,
we'll see. We'll
You
see
just said
next
the
Sunday.
Clippers could win a title. Lakers fans, get him.
Go get him,
it's.
Lakers fans.
I said if they got Dame, and they're not gonna win a title.
But anyways,
They're not getting rid of Dame. That's the thing.
All right. Well, anything else you want to touch on as far as the Lakers to go? Suns.
Hmm. Suns are beating Brooklyn in 7 and no, beating Brooklyn in 6 in the NBA Finals. Book it,
huh,
bitches.
that's funny. Brooklyn's
Okay.
not going, but anyways,
All right. Also, let's discuss the Miami Heat. God, let's discuss the Milwaukee Bucks. All right.
I did a
They
lot of research from this Bucks Heat series,
uh
and takeaways I found. Middleton showed up this series when everyone said Chris Middleton won't do this. Chris Middleton will be inconsistent. Middleton's points through all four games was 20, 22, 17, and 27. And might I add, he had a game winner against Miami. Chris Middleton showed up. Drew Holiday had 20 points, 11 points, 19, and 11. And finally, to round out our big three, our trio, Giannis had 20, 17, 31, and 26. What that shows me is when like that wall was inconsistent with Miami. Their famous wall, versus Giannis. That was inconsistent because they would have a game when they would shut him down, holding him under 20 points. I believe game 2 that was. But yet they would allow him to have 31 the next night. Like, very inconsistent. And that just shows how much Giannis has developed from this season compared to last. Because last season, that wall shut him down. That's also show you how Middleton stepped up. Because when the wall did shut him down, Middleton would make threes. Same with Bryn Forbes, PJ Tucker, Pat Connaughton, and Bobby Portis coming off the bench, just showing why. And we did
mhm.
lose someone big. We lost Dante DiVincenzo for our team. And yes, I know what you guys might say. I said he's not big, but he is. Dante
You just said
DiVincenzo
he's
was
no.
You
Now
said
you
he's
want to say
borderline bench
you said
player.
he's borderline bench player.
But anyways, we had this talk last week. Anyways, he's a huge defensive loss for us, and going into a team where we need defense the most is huge. And I did some research. Guess how many points our bench had in the whole series? Take a guess. Uh, Within 5.
All combined,
Yeah, all 4 games combined.
462 points.
No.
How
I don't know.
much?
The bench. How much the bench had?
Oh, the Brooklyn bench.
No,
I'll say like
Milwaukee's. Yeah.
Milwaukee's. Like 300.
400, 452.
No, 146. You both were way off. And
What is it?
in all
That's
4 games,
terrible.
they had 146, and average per game, they averaged 36.5 points per game.
Oh, I forgot it was a sweep. I thought this was. I forgot. I thought it was a whole
I
7 game
You
yeah,
series.
knew it. It
I
probably would have
keep
been up
forgetting.
there if it was a whole series. And that's the
Yeah,
thing.
Also, Miami's bubble frauds, the Bubble Guppies,
Yes.
featuring
but
And
Jimmy Butler and Tyler
Guppies.
Hero.
I also looked it up. I did some research, a lot of research. Miami defense was ranked 5th, might I add. And yet they got blown out in game 2, 3, and 4.
So the Lakers, and they were ranked first.
I know. I just want to point that out. How Milwaukee's offense also improved with Drew Holiday and Bryn Forbes, PJ Tucker. Like this team is a different team, and I say, you know how you had that feeling last year the Lakers would win the championship.
No, no,
I have that feeling
don't
with the
say it.
Milwaukee Bucks this year.
I mean, here's the thing: be consistent. No matter what you say, everyone says that. You're not special for saying you feel they can win, because that's what everyone says about their team every year.
But this
And
feeling
I
is
have the
just
feeling. I have a feeling. Honestly, if I was the Bucks, I wouldn't say championship yet, because you have a championship caliber team that you have to go in a 7 game series with in the Brooklyn Nets.
mm,
So I wouldn't be
And a
worried about the
team
championship at all if I were
and
you.
a team that has literally two players who's been to the NBA Finals, and you also have a bunch of veterans. You have Harden, who's been to the Western Conference Finals multiple times.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't no walk in the park. I hope you understand this, and I think you don't understand it because how you've been saying you really think you guys are gonna beat them, and how you really think how you guys are gonna beat them. I don't think you understand how much veterancy this team has and how much they've been in the playoffs. Not together, but individually. These players have
Mm-hmm.
been in the playoffs a lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. Kyrie, NBA Finals, KD, NBA Finals, Harden, Western Conference. Like, I'm not going to deny that.
Blake Griffin's been in the
Blake
playoffs. DeAndre
Griffin.
Jordan's been in the playoffs. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you can be confident in your team, but I'm just saying I wouldn't say championship yet
Yeah.
because you got to get past the Nets first, and if Embiid gets healthy, you have to get past the Sixers. So just I wouldn't say championship yet
But,
because you got some big you got the two best teams in the East that you have to face to get there.
And
I'm
a,
not
So
going to deny that.
and a team out of nowhere, if some fucking way and how, you gotta watch out for the Hornets. Not the Hornets. I'm sorry. The
oh my
Hawks.
god.
The Hawks.
Oh,
Jesus, I say it.
Even if the Hawks beat us, they're losing to the Bucks in 5.
dude, we swept the Hawks this year.
He also swept the Hawks this
Oh
year.
shit.
Yeah, we
I
did not
feel
even
like you
have
guys. I feel
Giannis
like
in two of
here's
those
the thing with the
games.
Hawks, and I'll say this quickly. I respect the Hawks 100%. I respect what they did, but more of what happened in the first round versus the Knicks was everyone overrating the Knicks. I agree. The Hawks, they're a good team. They're a sleeper. But at the end of the day, they faced one of the most overrated teams this year. And that's not disrespecting the Knicks, but let's be real. They were overrated
Mm,
because Knicks fans have never seen the playoffs in a while. All
they
I'm
were.
saying is, look, the Sixers swept the Hawks this year. So did the Bucks. The Hawks are not a good matchup for either team when healthy. Rather,
And
the Sixers, the Bucks, or the Nets. And if
let's.
Embiid gets healthy, the Hawks are getting destroyed. As long as the Bucks stay healthy, the Hawks are getting destroyed by any other team remaining in the Eastern Conference.
Let's just
Man,
say
man, you
somehow
are
the Hawks
right.
beat the Sixers because of sadly Embiid's injury. Let's say somehow that happens, which
But yeah, let's
I
say
don't
that
think
happens.
that
Okay,
they're gonna have
but
to
when
face
healthy,
Milwaukee or Brooklyn, who will
come
sweep them.
on, when
I don't
healthy,
care. They
let's
will
be
get
real. When
swept.
health, let's say when healthy, they're getting destroyed by the Sixers, the Nets, and the Bucks. The Hawks are getting destroyed by all of them when healthy.
Drew
It's just
Holiday
the truth.
made Trey Young his bitch this year. I'm not even lying. Trey Young was
Yeah.
always quiet versus Milwaukee. Always. Because we had our best player, Drew Holiday, on him. Just want to point that out.
Yes.
But you won't
No
have Dante
disrespect.
DiVincenzo. So.
He's a borderline bench player according to me,
Oh yeah,
Christian, so
that's
he
right.
doesn't
Never
matter.
mind. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Mm.
but
Dante DiVincenzo.
But to be honest, I only want the Hawks to go, so I could say I was right about them going to the Eastern Conference Finals
Well, you also
because that
want the
was
Hawks to beat the Sixers so you don't know MG and Allen Iverson
well, no,
doing.
he has to go to the finals to do that.
I know, so you want them eliminated as soon as
I mean,
possible.
even if he does, I still think the Nets are going to beat them in 7.
You just want all our teams just out. That's all you want.
I mean, we already know you're not going to make it past the second round.
I
I
don't
yeah,
mean,
we know
care.
you're not making it past the second round.
my team already didn't make it past the first round, so it doesn't
So,
matter.
and speaking of the second round, I have the Nets winning in 7. I don't know
Five.
about you,
I
Isaiah.
have the Nets winning in 6.
I have the Bucks in 6. That's our predictions
Okay.
for this one.
All right.
But
So,
MG,
anything else you want to touch on the series?
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one,
Before we
I think I did some scheming. I matched
Mm-hmm.
them up against each
timestamp.
other before we continue. And I see Budenholzer going into this game tomorrow with two things, two ways. He's going to try to play Brooklyn by their own game offensively, which we will lose the series in 5 if we do. Or he's going to try and play them defensively, which I believe we should do because we have a decent defense that could slow them down. We match up well against them. And these
I
are the
don't think you. I
scenarios
don't.
I've came up with. I have
Go.
A. Giannis on Katie. We can all agree that would be the for sure set stone matchup.
Most likely, yeah.
Here's where things get a little interesting. I either it'll be I think PJ Tucker will start from the bench no matter what. That's what I believe. You got if you're going defense. Bring up our best defender, like smaller guy,
Mm-hmm.
because Bobby Portis is the best one out of the bench, but we have Brook Lopez, and so we don't need him. So that's why I have us bringing up PJ Tucker. You either put him on Harden or Kyrie, and then Holiday would take the other person. Okay.
I think what you guys will also do, because the Nets won't have they won't be a threat inside the paint. I think you should let don't let Brook Lopez just sit in the paint. If you need to bring him on help defense,
I
or
agree.
let's just say like in a mid range or something, if someone takes a mid range jump shot and Brook Lopez has to step up and contest,
Mm,
Brook Lopez doesn't have to sit in the paint this series
he shouldn't.
because of the fact that it won't be no center that would be a big threat. I mean,
And
DeAndre Jordan, I don't even know if he gets minutes with them anymore.
no,
And Nicholas Claxton, come
no,
on. And
they
Blake
have
Griffin's
Blake
not
Griffin.
attacking the paint
They,
like he used to.
yeah, they have Blake Griffin at center. They was like looking at the matchups from the past, and they've been using Blake Griffin at center.
Yep, and all of this too. The key to you guys winning the series will be Mike Budenholzer having to outcoach Steve Nash. Steve Nash is not experienced at all. So what you're gonna have to do, if you're Mike Budenholzer, adjust to Steve Nash's adjustments,
Oh yeah,
and you have to game plan perfectly
you got a
for this
game
team.
plan. You got to take what the Celtics did in Game 3. They won, or was it 4?
Game 3,
They got to do what Boston did in Game 3. Have your best players score a lot. Giannis dropped almost was
obviously.
one off of 50 when we played them. Not the last one, but the one before that. He was 1 point off of 50. You gotta get that offense going. Do not try. In my opinion, if you try to shoot threes on them, you're gonna lose because once they get hot, they're hot. You cannot slow that down.
Also,
So
y'all
you
gotta play
gotta
inside out.
dominate inside the 3 point
Yup.
line. You gotta dominate then,
And the one thing about Brooklyn B that I notice, once you start dominating inside, the 3 point shots for your team will come.
and
And
that's
because
when you
I
have.
watched this Brooklyn
Yeah,
team all year, bro. I played against them. And actually, when Joel Embiid was getting DeAndre Jordan in foul trouble in a game we played against them, then Joel Embiid starts shooting threes and making them because when you attack Brooklyn's paint, they bring help defender from the perimeter, which makes an open 3 point shot. And that's what
and
will be so critical for you
exactly,
guys.
and we
Get
have the
inside the paint,
good.
and then your 3 point shots will always
Mm-hmm.
come
And
against
Abe,
Brooklyn.
we have one of the best players in the paint in Giannis offensively.
Hmm.
Like if you get them having to bring in help, bring in Katie will be on him, bring in like Harden, bring in Harris, bring in
Hmm.
Griffin or DeAndre Jordan. You have
Hmm.
sharpshooters like Middleton, Forbes. How they can even be a sharpshooter, just nailing the threes. And the thing
Hmm.
too, when Middleton gets hot, he's hot. Same with Forbes. So if you can get them
Hmm.
hot after you already establish yourself as we're dominating the paint and now we're going to dominate the three, that's how you win. And
Yeah.
Budenholzer, this is going to be a huge test for him. This is going to be a test because the Nets are easy to scheme against. Very easy. If I can
Hmm.
figure it out, he should be able to figure it out.
Mike Budenholzer is like now or nothing for him.
It's
Not.
now or never.
It's just
It is. He's on the hot seat right now. If he
He's
does
been
not,
given so many chances to
and
win,
yeah, and if he
and
does not get past this second round, he's gone. You know his ass is gone.
so it's gonna be interesting, man. But
Big.
Isaiah, anything you got to say about this series?
Glenn in 6. That's it.
All right. Um, Now we talked about your guys' teams. So now I want to discuss the Sixers and the Hawks. Obviously, I already made a video previewing the series, but I want to dive a little bit deeper into this. So we got Game One on Sunday, and I don't expect Embiid to play, but he has been practicing a little bit, so that's a good sign. He's looked good in practice. His knee hasn't been a factor in practice, so maybe he could make Game One. I don't know. But that's a good sign. Embiid looks okay in the little bit of practice that he's been participating in. But this Hawks team, man, we have a guy in Trey Young who's hot right now.
Hmm.
He just came off of a series win, and he's motivated right now. Um, but he's going to have another thing coming for him because you got a potential defensive player of the year candidate and Ben Simmons that's going to be chasing him around. And you also got one of the best young defenders in Matisse Thybulle who's going to be chasing Trey Young around. So defensively, Trey Young is about to see something he's never seen in his life. So that's going to be a challenge for him. And a part of the reason why I think we can still potentially beat this team without Embiid is because when we focus on Trey Young, and when we, send our best defenders at him, is Bogdanovich going to be consistent? He's been inconsistent this year. Gallinari's been inconsistent this year. John Collins, sometimes I don't even realize that he's in the game, but there's times where John Collins goes off. I don't know if these role players for the Hawks will be able to step up because they've been inconsistent all year. One person I will be able to trust is Clint Capella. He's been great on a rebound and defensively this playoffs, so that should be something. But the Sixers are going to send a defensive game plan at Trey Young that he's going to have to take some time to figure out because the way we play defense on the perimeter, and especially when Embiid gets back, when we got the interior defense, we are one of the best defenses, if not the best defensive team in the league. So Trey Young is going to be going up. He's not going to be getting defended by Derrick Rose. And no disrespect to Derrick Rose, but he's not Ben Simmons when it comes to defense. He's not Reggie Bullock, who's also helping on Trey Young. He's not Ben Simmons when it comes to defense. So we're going to be sending better defenders at Trey Young. And I think the Sixers win this in 6. I feel like they do win a game when Embiid is out, but I do think Embiid comes back, wins a couple games, and I think the Hawks can win 2 games against us, though. I do think so because Trey Young, he is a really good player, but I think I got the Sixers in 6. Like I said, they'll win a game or two when Embiid is injured, but once Embiid comes back, um, and Embiid gets back in rhythm, I think it's no stopping us. For as far as the Hawks can't stop us because they just can't match up with us, man. And also Tobias Harris, man, he's gonna have another really really good series because no one on that Hawks team can really defend him. And also Ben Simmons, um, he's going to be the guy who's going to organize everything. He's going to be the general on defense. He's going to be our facilitator on offense, and he's also going to be a guy who's going to drive to the rim and impose his will in the painted area. So I'm excited for this series. I think the Sixers win this in 6.
I'm going. You know what? I've been doing some thinking now and earlier today. I originally had you guys in 6, and then earlier before this I decided I'm gonna go Sixers in 5. But I've been thinking I'm going Sixers in 4.
What? With Embiid missing the first 2 games, possibly?
Yeah, because I looked, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. They
Yeah,
got a win off of you guys. Y'all know that.
yeah. When Embiid was injured, but yeah.
But guess what? Bud, not damn it. Doc Rivers was not expecting an Embiid injury. He was not schemed for it. He was not even ready. But then the
Hmm.
next game, he was schemed. He schemed, re-schemed, schemed it around Simmons, Harris, Maxey,
Hmm.
like around your players, and
Hmm.
he got it done. When a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Lakers," I mean, Sixers and 7,
Wizards.
Sixers and
Hmm.
6, but you got it done when you were ready because all Bud. Why am I saying fucking Bud? Why? When Doc Rivers was schemed, like when he has time to scheme, he'll find a way to win no matter what team he has. And that's why I
Hmm.
believe you guys will do it. Because all you got to do is shut down Trey Young. Because look, Trey Young was a star of that one, of the Knicks. Like,
Yeah,
if you shut down Trey Young, which Doc Rivers could do, I believe, you guys will sweep them. So I'm going Sixers in 4.
I think when Embiid is injured, the Hawks can get a game or two against us. Uh, I don't know. I mean,
MG,
ye- it's tough, man. It's tough. I'm
MG,
not gonna lie, it's tough.
if
But
we can blow them out without Giannis, I think
hmm
you'll be fine. If you
yeah,
have Embiid.
but I definitely do think we still win this series, man. I just don't see the Hawks winning 4 games against us. But yeah, man, that's what I think about this series.
Isaiah, your thoughts?
You know, 76er. I had to listen to MG talk about them damn near every fucking day. And me and MG, we've had our discussions about them, our feelings, and how we feel.
Hmm.
And I said in the beginning of the year, actually before the season started, that I had the Hawks as my dark horse team to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No.
And that's going to change
Okay.
because I have the 76ers beating the Hawks in 4.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
I think Tobias Harris. The last time I saw them play, Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons playing together, the
Hmm.
role players, Dwight Howard showing he's still on an elite level. There's
Hmm.
no way you're gonna stop this Sixers team, especially the fact that they're defensively just so great. You got Danny Green outside perimeter shooter. You also got Curry, who's been showing up in the postseason,
Yes, sir.
and then
Shout
you
out
Thibault just impacting his will in that last series against the
Wizards.
Wizards. Sorry, I had
Hmm.
a burp. It's I just can't see you guys. I can't see them winning more than one game.
Hmm.
He's. I'm sorry, but I understand Trey Young has been playing lights out. The most hated man in New York right now.
I don't know. I think
But
it's about to be Giannis.
nah.
Oh yeah, 'cause Brooklyn. Uh-huh.
But
Uh,
nah. I just even without Embiid, I still think this team is just way too talented. But the only way they'll probably ever lose is if fucking Ben Simmons doesn't make his free throws and the team would just play sloppy. And that's been
yep.
proven. But it's you also got to look at the fact that they could sneak in a 2 or 3 games
Hmm.
with the factor that they could hit those shots. Um,
Hmm.
you also got to realize that Clint Capella has been a great player for them.
Yep.
Bogdanovich has been a great shooter as well, and then Trey Young. So why I say sweep? Because I just think Tobias Harris is a god. I think he's a man on a mission, especially how he performed last year in last year's playoffs, and how he's now living up to the contract that he got those couple of years ago. And Ben
Hmm.
Simmons trying to prove that he doesn't need a jump shot to be successful in the league.
Yep.
This this is a team that's here for a reason. There's a team that could win a finals, could get to the finals, and I just think a team that's too young, a team that's unexperienced with playing in a very important game like this, it's not going to be enough. I mean, I said that last time about them playing against the Knicks, but this is different. You
Hmm.
have a three-headed monster probably for 2 games, 2 3 games, possibly the whole series
Hmm.
without their main man.
Hmm.
But I just think they're too much. I think the Sixers are just way too much to be stopped, and I have the Sixers winning in 4.
I agree.
Also, I wanna say something that B. Christensen, that you pointed out how when we lost the game to the Wizards, Doc Rivers wasn't game planned for Embiid to get injured. Now he's game planning if Embiid possibly has to miss games this series. And you see the game 5 when Doc Rivers was prepared without to play without Embiid. You see how the team came out. We came out on a mission. We came out saying, okay, yeah, we don't have our best guy, but we're gonna show Embiid that he doesn't have to carry us and that we can also play well when he's not playing, and we're gonna let him get some rest. And I think that's a really good point because when Doc Rivers is game plan for Embiid not to play, it just showed how good of a team we can be. But when he wasn't game planned for Embiid not to play, he was confused. He didn't know what to do. So, and also too, a sleeper this series, my guy Tyrese Maxey, he's gonna show up, man. I just
Oh,
love Tyrese
that's who
I do
Maxey.
too.
I am stupid. That's the player I was forgetting about. Tyrese Maxey had a good game to eliminate the Wizards the last game. He had an amazing game.
Hmm.
I that was one player I was forgetting about as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maxey's gonna be a beast, man. I love this guy. He plays with high energy, offensively and defensively, and he just loves basketball. He loves playing basketball. He just loves being aggressive. He loves scoring the ball. He just loves everything about basketball, and that just translates to the court. It translates, and obviously he has a lot of developing he can do. But
Mm-hmm.
in his first year, already being one of the main guys in the playoff series, that just shows how good of a player he can be down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm just excited to see these second round. It's just gonna be very exciting. Anything else you want to say about the Sixers, MG?
Um, Other than that, just Embiid, whenever he gets back, hopefully he's healthy. And let's not rush him back. Let's make sure he's healthy. If we got to wait till game two, game three to play him, I'm fine with that. I just want him
I
to come back and healthy, man.
I don't
Don't rush him back.
I don't see him coming into the series at all because I
I
have
mean,
you
if we're
guys.
gonna
I
sweep
have
them,
I. That's exactly why because I think you guys
if
are
we're
gonna
gonna
sweep
sweep
them.
them,
I
he
say you
shouldn't
rest
come
him.
back. Like if we're up 2-0 going into game three, I don't think he should come back game three then.
He shouldn't
And
come
if
back
you
at all
win
unless
Game
he can
Three
be
by
eliminated.
a
Oh,
line,
if we win game three, oh, don't come back to series then.
I
yeah,
say this: do not start Embiid unless you're like in an elimination game.
Elimination game, like if the series is tied 2-2, then bring him back. But like I said,
If
don't rush him back. Don't rush him back
I also
because
say this, even if Atlanta gets a win against you, don't bring him game two.
hmm
If you're down 2-0, then bring him back. But if not, do not panic after if you go
yeah.
down.
Also too, I don't think we'll. I just have a feeling we won't lose a home playoff game, and we haven't yet. And I've been right. I said the Sixers will not lose a playoff game at home,
We
and we
will too.
haven't yet. The one game we lost to Washington was at Washington.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're going to start off the series going up 2-0. And I don't think we'll lose a playoff game at home. We're the best home team in the NBA this year. And we have 100% crowd now back here in Philly.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're losing a home game.
I just want to say before we end this,
Hmm.
Isaiah, you got anything else you want to talk about?
honestly, yeah, this has been something that I think I didn't touch on last week, but
Hmm.
the NBA fans is
Oh, yep.
something I really wanted to talk about. These fans really need to relax and chill what the fuck they're doing, man.
Hmm.
And this is ridiculous. 7 incidents in like less than 2 weeks.
Yep.
I
Think
just
about
want
that. Two of which were with the Sixers,
Yep.
and that shit's very annoying. It all started off with the fan throwing popcorn at
Popcorn.
Russell Westbrook.
And then the
The one the
racist
the one
Ja
that
Morant.
real the one that really got me was the one with the Celtics fan throwing the water bottle at
Water bottle
Kyrie,
Kyrie. Spitting on Trey Young.
that one
spitting on
got me
Trey
more
Young. That
than
one
Being
the
was
water bottle.
terrible, bro.
racist to
Being
Ja Morant's
racist.
parents.
Yeah, like
I just want to
but
say this:
this
if
shit is
yeah,
ridiculous.
if you are any like if you do this shit, you're just a awful human being. You are. Like these players are going out there to entertain you, give you entertainment, and you're just saying, like, I don't care, like doing all this rude stuff. What does that show the players? Like it just shows them they don't care. Like they're being rude. Why should I care about them? Like that's
And one quote that I'll probably always agree with KD. Only thing I'll probably ever agree with KD is, um, they're not. This isn't a zoo. This ain't no fucking zoo.
Right.
This ain't no
Like
fucking zoo. And
at the end of the
what
day.
you gonna do if your mama catches you? What is
Hmm.
she gonna do when she has to see your ass in TV and shit doing this? It's ridiculous.
What you gonna do when your mama gotta show up to court offices and gotta pay for your lawyer?
Exactly,
Like
bro.
all of this is just stupid, man. Like at the end of the day, yes, we all can agree. We have players that we don't like. We have teams that we don't like. But at the end of the day,
Oh damn
That's
it.
we're gonna keep it strictly sports. We're not gonna disrespect them as a human being. We're gonna keep it within sports and
Yeah.
That shit's
just
gross, bro. Spitting on a man, that shit's fucked up. Disrespecting someone else's mama and papa like that, that's fucked up, bro.
yeah, bro. Like it's just crazy, man. And like I don't care, but listen, every fan that's done this should face a fine or some type of something. You should face a punishment for this.
I
They should not. You should not get let off the hook.
I
I
know
don't.
No, no, no,
fans
Banning
no.
them from the stadium is not enough. That's not enough.
I saw that Boston fan
Ban
got
their asses
arrested.
for life. That's it.
From every stadium, not just one stadium.
I
No,
say
Every
I
every
wouldn't
stadium
say
in the area.
every. I wouldn't say every stadium, but I say that stadium in
well, why
particular.
should they have a right to go to a stadium? Any other stadium? You show that you can't hold your composure and respect players. You don't deserve a right to go to the stadium. You watch games from home. You watch at your house for the rest of your
That
life.
And to these
I'm not gonna hit on that. So yeah,
people
maybe.
who say like, "Well, I don't like seeing losing. I want to like hold them accountable." Like they get angry. I literally saw the Packers get blown out by the fucking Lions, and I did not get angry. I just
Yes,
want to
you
point.
did. You
Yes,
broke
you
your rib once. Shut up.
No, I actually
did.
didn't. I had fun because I had a drunk person next to me, and he was fucking hilarious.
But yeah, man, just the fans gotta relax, man. Like we just now getting fans back in crowds. Let's not mess this up.
Like, let's not ruin it. We we were complaining for the last year about how we do not have fans, and yet you're going to go and do this and could ruin your opportunity of ever seeing an NBA game, like any
Hmm.
other future sports that it happens in again in person. You're just also
Yep.
making your fan base look embarrassing.
Yep.
But MG's used to that. They boo Santa Claus. But what's new?
Oh, and another thing I want to talk about with the NBA. This should be all one segment right here with NBA talk with the
Hmm.
fans and this one as well. So this is all one thing, all right?
Hmm.
The I mean NFL, NBA officiating needs to chill the fuck out with these calls.
Yeah.
And the two most calls in a game were with the Sixers. They broke the
Mhm.
record, and in the final game there was 56 fouls in that final game with the Sixers and
Yeah.
the Warriors. They need to chill the fuck out with these.
They do.
I'm just. It takes the fun out of the game and it ruins the product when you call fouls. This is the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we supposed to let players play? Isn't that what the playoffs is about in every single
Yeah.
sport? The officiating in the playoffs are supposed to be better because you hold on to the whistle. You don't call the whistle because in the playoffs is where you let the guys play. Championships are on the line. Seasons could be ruined by 57 calls being in one game. You could ruin someone's season that way. Now, luckily, we were gonna beat the Wizards anyway, so that didn't matter. But if this happens in the NBA Finals, this happens against the Bucks and the Nets, which can be a close series.
Oh, I'll be
You're
so
gonna
pissed.
ruin someone's season by this.
Oh, I would make. If that
Like
happened.
this is just, and I know fans of every sport. You complain about the refs when they make a bad call against your team, but this is the worst, man. This is the worst.
I
This is the worst.
Just this season in general has been officiating been real dog shit.
one
Mm.
one call I remember specifically that I'm still angry about to this day was Bucks versus Suns this year. If you in overtime, Devin Booker
Mhm.
attempting the game-winning three, not contested, not even touched by PJ Tucker or Drew Holiday, and they
Oh,
call
yep,
foul.
I remember this one, and they call foul.
When
Hmm.
they call foul, yep. Like
Replay. They even replayed it, and on the replay, it was clear as can be that he did not touch them, and they still held it.
it's just
Yep.
ridiculous. It's just I don't like it. I want it to stop because it ruins the fun of the NBA. And I'm a team, and Beaker just in your team. We have finals hopes. We have championship hopes this year, and we don't want our season to be ruined by
And
bad calls.
MG, our teams haven't even seen the finals since the 1900s, like
Yeah,
1971
my
for
team
me.
hasn't won a final since 1983.
Yeah, 71-3.
Imagine not seeing NBA Finals.
Hey,
Imagine not
you're
seeing
not
the
in the
NFL
playoffs right
Super
now. You
Bowl.
can't.
Hey, bro, I could
Hey,
talk. I
nope,
could
nope,
talk.
nope. You
I'm
cannot.
literally the most winningest franchise here.
Hey, but not. Yeah, it's just the officiating has to stop, man.
It does. Like me and MG, we want to see an NBA title, and if our season ends like that, it just ruins it. Just ruins
Ruins the
NBA.
product, man.
Yeah,
It ruins the product.
You're ruining it.
and it can like it affects teams too. Like knowing that they
Yeah.
can't win because the refs are gonna call BS call.
Mhm. But yeah, it's been tough. But other than that, I'm excited. We're going into the second round of the
Same.
playoffs now. Obviously, we still got Game 7 of Mavs Clippers coming up. But y'all excited for second round of the
Oh, I'm
playoffs?
excited, especially for tomorrow when the Bucks win Game 1.
Yep. So we got a lot
Brooklyn
second
winning
round.
by 20.
Obviously, with Isaiah, you're gonna be doing more Dodgers now that your
Oh
Lakers are
yeah.
not in the playoffs. So, hey man.
I think. I th-
Also, I might be doing baseball today. As long as I'm not busy with things I have to do. You might see some baseball from my channel today.
I
Be doing these Bucks games.
Bucks Nets, and
And
I'm bailing
I'm
a new
telling y'all, man,
scoreboard too, baby.
without saying too much,
I'm
I'm gonna
honest.
have a lot coming for the podcast. I haven't even told you guys yet, but I have a lot of ideas for the podcast,
Same.
all as long as my channel. And I think this is gonna be a big summer. I think we're gonna blow up. Not like blow up and like be famous like a million subscribers, but I think this is gonna be a fun summer if all the things that I have in mind go the way I want it. So
I
y'all make sure y'all just stick with us, man, because it's
I
about to
don't
be
want.
fun.
I don't want to
I
die. We're gonna blow up.
Oh my God,
I
Isaiah.
also have some stuff for this summer for my YouTube channel. I have some ideas I want to do for the podcast as well. So I'm very, very, very excited
Yep.
for us.
Final words from you two gentlemen.
Um,
Hey,
give me one moment.
June flight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready for July faithful, baby. We're
Oh
gonna make
yeah.
the world recognize who
Hey,
he is.
you talking about June? You talking about 1 month, boy? It's all summer for me.
It
All
should
summer.
be summer talk.
Okay, you just ruined it.
Go
I
home, bro.
got you.
Just go home.
But I'm gonna do my final words quick. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like. If you haven't already, hit that sub. What are you doing? We're on the way to 200, right?
Yep, 200.
200.
Oh shit,
Go.
we're the outro already. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Time flies by when you're having fast. Hit that like button if you haven't. Hit that sub and go watch mine and MG stream tomorrow. And when Isaiah streams, go watch his stream next. Our links will be in the
Uh,
description. And I'm your co-host B signing out.
Hey, look. Um, so look, we got Ken, and then we got a guy named Ken, right? And we got a guy named Donnie, and then they fight to the death, and then they say, you know what, MG, shut up. And then what they do is they go to Isaiah, they slap him, and then Ken replaces Isaiah on the podcast because Isaiah has a face injury, right? So
What?
Isaiah's crying to his mom. And yeah, I just messed up that story. I just tried to make up something. It's
Eh,
your co-host MG Nas. Underrated tour continues, and I'm out. Peace.
before Isaiah go, MJ, I find one flaw in your story. The reason why Ken could not do it because
Hmm?
after he would lose the debate, he'll just leave. Anyways, go ahead, Isaiah.
God damn. I gotta come at the man's throat like that. Fuck.
That's tough.
Man, you already know how it goes around here. Go subscribe to our YouTube channels, Instagram, Snapchats. Actually, don't follow me on Snapchat. I post some weird shit there. Follow me on Twitter and Isaiah Faithful 2 at MG. I'll follow him on Twitter as well with Be Christian as well as there. Follow us on YouTube at our own individual YouTube channels at MG. No, Talking Sports with MG Nas, and you also
Mhm.
got Talking. What is it? B Sports Talk.
Sports
Yes.
talk.
All right, I thought you guys had the same name for a second, but
No. And then
and
Isaiah Faithful.
me, Isaiah motherfucking Faithful. And
The
as
one true
always,
Christian.
you guys know how it goes around here on my channel on this podcast. I'm gonna wind up for this one.
Oh
Peace
no.
off, cunts.